Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to try to explain how the save system works in Unreal Engine, and I'm going to try it in the simplest way I can think of. As you can see here, I have two buttons that open up widget, and this change a text here. If we change the text, it's going to save, and if we restart the game, the new value will load here. First of all, we need a new blueprint, save game, this one. After opening it up, here in the variables, you can add variables, obviously. These will be the ones we can save and load. For me, there is a number of the type integer, and the default value set to 1. And the variable called letter of text, and A is the default value. I also made a simple menu. It's not a big deal, just two buttons, a widget switcher, and the two other widgets inside it. The code is pretty simple for it, just this part. And here is how I add to the character in begin play. The widgets where the actual save and loading happens is also pretty simple, just two buttons and a text block. Inside it, the first thing we want to do is on event construct, try to load the save. The slot name is what your save file is going to be called. Here we want to check if the save file actually exists at all, and if it does, we want to cast to the save game class we just created, this, and save it as a variable. If the save game file does not exist, we want to create one, and also set the variable for this. If you want, you can also save it into a slot. This is going to create the actual save file, but we haven't changed anything. Everything is on the default, so it doesn't matter if we just recreate it again the next time we use it. Now to the actual saving, we are getting the save game variable, and we want to set the number for it in this case, and this is button 1, so number will be 1. If we press this, the number inside the variable will be set to 1, and after that we just get the save game again and we try to save it. This has to be the same as this. We don't really want to waste resources on unnecessary saves. Here at the beginning, we get the save game variable and check if the number is different from what we are going to set it here. So in this case, if the saved variable is not 1, what we set it here, then we want this code to run. Here it's the exact same with button 2, except there is a 2 here and a 2 here. We also want this text block to change. So set it as variable, and let's make the code for it. It's also pretty simple. We are just getting the save game variable, get the number from it, and basically just connect to a set text node for the text. We want to copy over this function to the loading code. So here once to the creating code, or if you don't save it here, just like this. And after the end of the second button's save. Now the numbers should work the same way as for me. I just set it to 1, it's 1, I set it to 2, and it's 2. The letters are basically the same, exact same code pretty much. Obviously we are checking for letter here, and we set a letter here, and the set text is also for a text. And the reason why I set it up as two different widgets is because it comes with limitations. The save file, what we create with a save game, not a create game, a save game, or we overwrite existing ones with the save game also, is different from the variable. If we set a variable, it just creates a copy of the current state of the save game when we run allowed code. It does matter a lot, because if we set the save game for this variable here, but we don't load the save game again in the other widget, then the variable will be outdated. So in our case, I have numbers on 2, let's set it to 1, and let's set letters to A, it's already on that. Okay, so if I set B, then the saving code runs in the letter widget, and the save game file now contains a 1 and B saved. But if we go to numbers, the variable inside the number widget did not change. It's still the one we loaded up when we loaded up the widget. So it still thinks the variables are 1 and A. If we set the number to 2, then this will override the previous changes. So the save file now contains 2 and an A. Let's try this out. Exit the game, load it back up. Number is 2 and letter is A. To fix this, go to the loading code and create a custom event. I called mine refresh save variable, and we have to do the same for both widgets. So now if we run this event, then we are loading the save file again, and we are setting the variable again, now with the updated values. Go back to the menu. Only one widget is opened at a time, and these buttons are opening them. We can just call the refresh save variable for both of these widgets. Whenever we open any of them up by clicking on these buttons, they will have the updated values. So if we start the game now, go to numbers, letters, it's 2A currently. Let's make it as it was before. I think it was 1A. We are on 1A. If we change to B, then the save game changes. And if we click on numbers button, then it just loaded up the new save game and the variable is updated. It does know the letter is B currently. So if we click 2 and exit, start the game again, it's going to be 2 and B. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you think something needs more explanation, then feel free to tell it in the comments, and I'm going to try to answer or even create a video about it. I try to keep this video as basic as possible. Have a good day. Bye.